We have a lot of bad things coming up. You could end up in a depression of the 1929 variety, which would be a devastating thing. Took many years, took decades to recover from it. And we're very close to that, and we're very close to a world war. In my opinion, we're very close to a world war. We have people that don't know how to handle it. They're not respected. All over the world, they're laughed at. And we can't have that.
What the judge did find is that certain historical sales, beginning around 2015, the way that those sales were packaged with sophisticated third parties, they should have been registered under the securities laws. And that's the piece of the decision that we respect. The judge rejected a $2 billion ask from the SEC because she found that Ripple didn't act recklessly. We didn't act with any intention to defraud anybody. And in fact, there were no victims. The counterparties to those transactions suffered no financial loss at all. But staying true to the law, since there was a technical violation of the failure to register those historical sales, she did impose a fine of $125 million. That's something that we will pay with cash off of our balance sheet, and we look forward to moving forward. And hopefully this turns a page not only for Ripple, but also hopefully finally this administration will turn the page on their war on crypto and hit the reset.
Morgan Stanley is the largest wealth management firm, I guess, in the world at this point, but certainly in the United States. They've got 15,000 registered reps who were just given the green light to buy two different Bitcoin ETFs. One is Fidelity's and the others is the iShares product. And I don't know if they will necessarily adopt it at a high rate or very quickly. But what I do know is this is like the last taboo. When large wealth management firms, big investment banks on Wall Street are giving the green light to their wealth management advisors to allocate, it's only going to be a matter of time before it gets more traction. And that would be my bet. So I think Bryn is making a good move here. The price could do anything in the next 24 hours. I have no idea if it's a great price to buy, but just directionally, we know that more adoption, not less, is what's going to be likely in the next 6 months.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And guys, make sure you go to TikTok, like, follow, and spread it everywhere. And of course, this channel, guys, you definitely should be spreading it everywhere because we see the fourth industrial revolution on its way. And we have Trump. And yes, you can't make this stuff up. Talking about the Great Depression, something worse than 1929. You're already in it. It's not coming. You're already in it. And we know anytime the U.S. is broke, the drums get the beat. And that's the reason why he talks about the drums are beaten. WW3 is on his way. But we also know this is biblical. Remember, the banks fund both sides. It's been like that every single time. It's always been an agenda behind the drums. And this time, it's the fourth industrial revolution, where they want the robots, algorithms, and drones to take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep to go inside the metaverse. Now we have Ripple XRP gets fined $125 million. And guys, we know this could have been taken care of about 2 years ago. They didn't have to wait all this time unless you understand the agenda. Gary Gensler's job was to bring all these lawsuits, make crypto the enemy, because now it's time to bring down these banks and the emerging markets to rise with these stable coins, with these digital assets, so then therefore the West can follow. Remember, the digital economy rises in the East, and then the West follows. Remember, the United States dollar is going to end, and that's going to put us on a level playing field. And that's the reason why all this debt is going to cause the crumbling of the United States economy. The small and medium-sized banks fall, the small and medium-sized businesses fall, unemployment rises, and then the machines are on their way. The NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we have CNBC on Morgan Stanley bringing in the wealthy to these Bitcoin ETFs. And remember what Larry Fink stated. ETFs are the path to tokenization. Remember, all these stocks are going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And then we have Trump talking about smoking. It's time to make it legal. And don't forget, guys, Democrats have their agenda. Republicans have their agenda. When it comes to smoky, that's the Republicans that'll get it through. And remember, making smoky legal is part of the plan. They want you high with free money sitting at home doing nothing but playing games. Yes, I know it sounds like a movie, but remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And we have Trump and Kamala to debate. Whenever they do debate, we know no one's going to be better than Trump because he's definitely one of the greatest actors, and you're not going to beat him. But remember, if Biden had waited till September, he would be running. Don't forget, they moved up the debate early, so then therefore they could create the drama of him dropping out and Kamala moving in. Guys, remember, this is part of a plan. Sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. There's something bigger that's around this corner, and that black swan is just waiting, because we know all they need is that crisis to bring in this fourth industrial revolution, because the machines are definitely ready. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books.
Well, as we legalize it, I start to agree a lot more because, you know, it's being legalized all over the country. Florida has something coming up. I'll be making a statement about that fairly soon. But as we legalize it throughout the country, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's awfully hard to have people all over the jails that are in jail right now for something that's legal. So
the big political and economic question of the 21st century will be, what do we need humans for? Or at least, what do we need so many humans for?
Do you have an answer in the book?
At present, the best guess we have is keep them happy with drugs and computer games.
And you know the crypto teacher gives you the truth, done but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And you hate me because I'm bringing you the truth. But remember, guys, I'm just a watchman on the wall.
With all of that being said, I think it's very important to have debates. And we've agreed with Fox on a date of September 4th. We've agreed with NBC, fairly full agreement, subject to them, on September 10th. And we've agreed with ABC on September 25th. So we have those three dates, and those networks, they're very anxiously awaiting that date and those dates. So we have September 4th, September 10th, and September 25th. We have spoken to the heads of the network, and it's all been confirmed, other than some fairly minor details. Audience, some location, which city would we put it into, but all things that will be settled very easily, I think it'll be very easy. The other side has to agree to the terms. They may or may not agree. I don't know if they're going to agree. She hasn't done an interview. She can't do an interview. She's barely competent, and she can't do an interview. But I look forward to the debates because I think we have to set the record straight.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in an ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction,